is up, Metal4Metal Universe. Episode 37 is going to be a killer episode tonight. We have some Judas Priest news with Glenn Tipton coming out and, being with the band again, along with Matt Barlow coming out and joining the Iced Earth show right after we had our show.
Lucky fuckers.
Lucky fuckers. But our big news story is, of course, the Lamb of God with Burn the Priest, which is awesome, which was the name that they had before they were Lamb of God. Coming out with the cover album that is all punk, really. It's all hard, it's all fast, it's all fucking killer here on Metal4Metal. What is up, Metal4Metal Universe? I'm PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker. We're here for episode 37 of Metal4Metal. Really great news episode we got for you today. We're coming off of our awesome concert meet and greet of Iced Earth with Kill Ritual and Sanctuary. Really good shit. Really good shit.
It was pretty great. It was a good day. Good day to be alive.
It was. Now I can kill myself and I'll be alright.
Right. I'm done.
Guys, we're going to get right into the news because we got a lot to give you guys. So first thing we got is a couple of members of old bands coming up on stage to reunite. It was really good shit.
So the first one we got is Glenn Tipton, who we know was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease earlier on. Well, he actually has been diagnosed with that like 10 years ago.
10 years, yeah.
But it's just gotten to the point now where he can no longer... at least he feels he can no longer perform an entire set list.
Well, he did the record, but he's not going to be touring.
Right. He's not going to be touring, because that's a lot of pressure on there. But on March 20th in Newark, New Jersey, he did have his first public performance since he did make that announcement. And he played some easier songs. They did Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, and Living After Midnight. And have you watched it?
Yeah, I did watch it.
It was really good.
Metal Gods is one of my favorite Judas Priest songs, and to see Glenn Tipton be able to play that was really, really cool. So I dig it. Who's replacing Glenn Tipton on the tour? I keep forgetting. It's the dude that...
This is the guy who produced the album.
Right,
the guy who produced the album. He produced like a bunch of albums, actually.
Which, again, if you want to check out a review of Firepower, it is probably down below on the other videos that we did do a really killer review of Firepower by Judas Priest, and it is a really great album.
Andy Sneap.
Sneap.
I wanted to say that at first. So I was like, is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah.
But, he was actually there in the background. Like, he was kind of like back there just kind of doing his thing, like Glenn went up there and did his thing. So, good for him, dude.
Yeah,
it's cool that he's still getting out there to do it. Yeah. All right, and then another member that's gone up on stage was, like you were saying, right after the show, right after ours. It was at Baltimore. Where was it? In Maryland, I believe. Yeah. Matt Barlow came out for the last song and sang "Watching Over Me" with the rest of the band.
I mean,
how cool would that be?
We saw that in Charlotte. We saw, Iced Earth in Charlotte, and the next night they were in Maryland, and Matt Barlow came out and sang "Watching Over Me" with Stu Block and the rest of the band, and it
sounded
really
great.
Cool. The best part of that video was John Schaefer's face. He was just all smiles and so happy.
Yeah, because this is the first time that Matt Barlow has been with the band in a very long time.
The last time they were with the band was when they were at Wacken, right?
Yeah, it was like, they came up there and like, Iced Earth was the last song he played, actually. Yeah, I was actually just watching this video,
because he did I Died For You, and then...
I don't remember the whole set list, but I do remember he went up there. I'm pretty sure it was Iced Earth. Was the last one.
That was the last one,
Correct me if I'm wrong. But, I was just watching this, yesterday.
Yeah, I actually watched it, too.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You had Glenn Tipton come out with Judas Priest, that's really killer, and then, of course, Matt Barlow came out with Iced Earth. Really, really, really great stuff. I would have loved to be there.
Good time to be alive, man.
Yeah,
could you imagine if he would have if Barlow would have came out during that concert? I would have flipped my shit.
I would have lost it.
That would have been super cool. Okay. So, many moons ago, we covered that...
Many moons.
Iron Maiden was being sued over the Hallowed Be Thy Name rights, saying that this other guy.
It was a band called Beckett.
Right, and they were saying that no, I'm the guy. I originally wrote the lyrics, blah blah, whatever. Well,
we actually had a guy comment on it and said that we didn't know the whole story.
Yeah, we didn't know what the fuck we were talking about. But we're just like, okay, whatever.
Obviously, we did because we said it was going to get settled, and it did. So
I was kind of hoping that Maiden would be completely in the right, but they ended up having to pay $139,000.
They paid him $140,000.
It was like $140,000, to just shut him up, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but
if you look at the lyrics, kind of match. But and Steve Harris has always said I like that album. I like that band. That album's good. He never said I stole it, but he didn't really. he didn't really like say. He was just kind of like even amazed that someone would even be like, "No, you stole that.
You stole it from him."
Like
right.
Steve was like, "No, but I like that record. I probably based it off some shit." And he was trying to be, from what I was reading, in case, internet keyboard warrior wants to hit us again.
Right.
But anytime...
Oh, they will.
Oh, they will.
They will, yeah.
Your hate just made you powerful.
The trolls are out in full force.
But, it's just one of those things where it's like, you're gonna... even the songs that I've written, I've looked, the next day and listening to something on Spotify, I'm like, fuck, that kind of sounds like what I've written.
Right.
It's just one of those things, man. Like,
Well, now that, I guess, like, what kind of lyrics are there left to write? You know what I mean? Like, everything is kind of going to be, like, similar to something else, you know what I mean?
Even
like,
back
didn't
in the
Rob
day,
Zombie say that everybody's just ripping off Black Sabbath now,
I can definitely agree with that.
So...
it's just one of those things, man. He probably just paid it so that they could play it live again because he missed it on the set list. I can definitely...
I missed it.
But you know what, though? We got Phantom of the Opera and we got Seventh Son.
I wouldn't trade our set list for anything else in the
world.
Nope.
Agreed. That was the best set list ever.
Yeah.
Because it was from our favorite record. Well, my favorite. Is it your favorite record too?
Seventh Son?
Yes.
Seventh Son is my
record.
favorite, yeah.
But anyway, so now Maiden, long story short, can now play Hallowed Be Thy Name live. Because they're wanting to pay that money. They probably wouldn't have paid it. But since they're doing that Legacy of the Beast tour in Europe, they're like, well, we have to play Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Right.
So just give them the fucking money and tell them to shut up. I guarantee that's what happened, or else they wouldn't have paid him.
That actually made me think, just a little side note here, like, whenever we were working at that one Greek place a while ago, and you were just like, oh, so you like Maiden? I'm like, yeah. And you were like, what's your favorite album? I'm like, yeah, Seventh Son. I think I was, like, wiping down something at the time. And you're like, that's my favorite album too, blah, blah. And then Leonard just, like, shushed us. Do you remember that?
I remember that. I remember that. I do remember that because, like, I was... I was new into the,
the culinary field.
Yeah, so, like, meeting people was,
Yeah, it's like when you meet, like, a fellow metalhead. That's like, it's just like, boom, all right, cool.
Yeah, and then the owner walked by, Pig Bomb, and just walked by, and I was just like, fuck you, it's Maiden.
Like, fuck him, and now he's out of business, and we're in business.
Yeah, he's out of business, and we're into business. So.
Right, so fuck him. Yeah. Moving on here to...
he ain't got no business.
Right, he ain't got no business now. Let's see here. So, another update on the Decapitator trial. It's over.
I love following this band.
Right. It's over and done with, but finally they're coming out. And they are saying, now we are innocent, we are free, we are ready to return, with the band. So, that's cool, man. Like, and basically they're just kind of coming out just saying that they were in jail for like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just like lost so much revenue. They lost a lot of credibility because at the same time, what they're saying is that while they were in jail, they were hearing shit from everybody else except them because they're in jail. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, just a lot of people who were just scrolling through Blabbermouth or whatever and just like, oh, wow.
When they see like Decapitated rape, they're like,
right, they're just like, oh, wow, these guys are a bunch of rapists, and they move on and they never follow up on it like we have.
If you were them, would you countersue for that revenue?
Oh,
Or would you just?
I would probably just want it to be over and done with. I would just want it to put it behind me, and I would just stay. I would never let another girl around me again. Well, like it's kind of like how doctors nowadays, like there always has to be like 2 people in the waiting room with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like if there's ever a girl around them, they need to have this shit on like video camera. They need to have like an unbiased person around them. Like it's kind of crazy now. Like this is kind of the world we're living in, But but fuck the girl. I mean seriously, because fuck her for real. I mean like because at first I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. I was just like let's keep cool heads here, like maybe they did it. I don't know. I don't want to.
Maybe they're monsters.
Throw her. Maybe they are monsters, but it turns out nope, she's a bitch. So may she rot in hell. I mean I really don't know what else to say about her.
Maybe you should be decapitated.
Right?
You lying whore.
I mean, I just cannot believe that what they had to go through about that. I mean, they even said here, does sexual harassment happen and do crimes against women exist? Yes, and it's horrible. Do false accusations happen? Yes, this really happens, and it is also horrible. I mean, that's the way it is.
I plan on seeing them live when they hopefully they.
Do you think they'll ever come around here?
They might.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Please Decapitated. Hey man, we supported you ever since,
Right.
I mean,
we always gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
We never threw you under the bus.
Well, moving on. Speaking of from one death metal band to another death metal band that some people say are very much innovators of death metal. We are talking about Lamb of God, of course, with the Burn the Priest name.
Right. Burn the Priest was what the original name that Lamb of God was before they were.
Which my buddy Todd Brown actually saw before they were Lamb of God.
That would be amazing to see.
Yeah.
I got into them during Ashes of the Wake, which is still one of my top one of my top albums of all time. I love it. Like, to me, that is like
behind Painkiller.
It's behind Painkiller, yeah, and Injustice for All, but it's up there. But it is in terms of especially modern metal, it's a perfect album. Like, that's one of those ones that you never have to skip a song.
It's funny because I was never a huge fan of Lamb of God until I saw them live, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chris Adler's a hell of a drummer, and Randy Blythe, Jesus, man, he's a really great.
They're very talented musicians,
yeah,
and I've seen them live, and they're awesome. They're amazing.
And you know what? The other thing too, I had a DVD that I actually bought at Soundwave when they still had DVDs. It was a Lamb of God concert DVD, and I bought that before I saw them because I didn't really know a whole lot about them, and loved them. Yeah.
Lamb of God was actually the first meet and greet I ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was whenever they were playing at the House of Blues a long time ago. I went with my buddy up there, and then the stipulation to meet them was you didn't have to buy ahead of time like we do now. You have to purchase the ticket in advance, show up early. Just after the show, you would just buy a CD for an extraordinarily amount of price. Like, it was like you bought one of their CDs for like $30 or something, and then you just go upstairs. And you just wait in line, and they sign it for you. You shake their hands and shit. And that was actually the first time that I ever got to meet a band.
Damn.
It was pretty simple, actually. I kind of like that way that they do it. That actually was the way they did it at the Megadeth concert, too.
Yeah.
I kind of just buy a CD for a stupid amount of money, and then go talk to the band.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
But, they're awesome. But in terms of Burn the Priest, that's a great record.
It is a fantastic record.
I like Burn the Priest more than most of the Lamb of God albums.
Yeah.
It's just raw as shit. But what this new one is going to be is it's basically just going to be a cover album.
Right. Because Randy Blythe has a show on Gimme Radio that's he basically just talks about punk and plays punk songs.
Yeah, because Gimme Radio is awesome. It's like my new favorite. I just discovered it not that long ago.
Yeah, you were telling me about it.
And it's my new favorite thing. I listen to it at least 2 hours a day, all the time. Because you discover a lot of bands because there's different DJs on there and they all have their different preferences of what they like, But it's all metal except for him, which he plays punk rock on there.
Yeah, and he's doing a Melvin's cover. He's doing they're doing SOD, Kill Yourself, which is my favorite Stormtroopers of Death song.
Yeah. Let's see here. They got Jesus Built My Hot Rod by Ministry.
Yep.
One Voice by Agnostic Front. Dying Alone by Quicksand. So. I'm not the biggest punk rock fan. I appreciate punk rock.
I wouldn't say Ministry is very punk.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but
that's
either
true.
way, yeah.
Yeah, but in general, it's a punk rock album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Overwhelmingly, most of the covers.
It's gonna be a really good record. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear it. I kind of wish there would be a Burn the Priest with original material though, because Burn the Priest is fucking raw. That is some raw shit. It is really good.
I can agree to that.
And a cool name too.
Oh yeah. Well, guys, we're going to move on to our topic of the week, which is just going to be some kind of little fun game we're going to play. What I'm going to do is, Dennis is going to be my little guinea pig here. I'm going to as always, I'm going to be naming albums and artists, different metal artists. And quickly, right off the bat, he's going to say overrated, underrated,
so it's like a Rorschach test of metal.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Just, oh yeah, that's a really good way to put it, yeah.
All right.
Very much so. And I'm just going to name off as they come to mind. You ready?
Okay.
Tell me you're ready.
Let's go.
You ready?
Fuck it.
Slipknot.
Way overrated.
Metallica.
Perfectly rated. They're the best. Sorry.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're up there.
Creator.
Creator, underrated.
Underrated?
Absolutely underrated. I mean, they are in terms of all the people that know thrash metal, all the thrash metal bands, when you talk about Anthrax, Exodus,
the
Overkill,
Big Four, yeah.
Right, all the big four, and even let's say the big fucking six, you know what I mean? Creator a lot of times falls through the cracks.
I can agree to that, and I think Creator is very much underrated.
I think Violent Revolution is such a good one, and next one. Carcass, underrated, absolutely underrated.
Same.
Totally underrated. Heartwork is amazing.
Their newer record,
Surgical Steel. New one, yeah, Surgical Steel is amazing. Yeah, just totally underrated.
Underrated?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Master Puppets.
The album in general?
The album. Well, when I say names like that, we'll say albums, not song titles.
Okay, yeah, perfectly rated.
Somewhere in Time.
overrated, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, what is it? Wasted Years is on that one, right?
Wasted Years, Loneliness of a Long Distance Runner, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great still.
But you
me,
know,
one of the
honestly,
most
like
underrated
when you think about Wasted Years, like, does that really ever come up? Like in like, oh, my favorite Maiden album. Who ever says Somewhere in Time?
I don't think it's a. I think it's an underrated album. To
Really?
be honest, Alexander the Great is one of their best songs, and in my opinion.
I got you. All right.
I got to sing this with Kill Richard. Lights out. Anyway, moving on. Bruce Dickinson as a solo artist.
Underrated. Absolutely underrated. What was Accident of Birth?
Yes.
Was the one that was amazing. What was his first one on there? Because like you
Scream for Me, Brazil.
Yeah,
no.
Well, that was a live one.
That was a live one.
That was a live one.
Something-
See, yeah, because you.
I'm drawing a blank.
And I was drinking before this, so like, yeah, it's
Makes sense.
Yeah, whatever. But
good.
Yeah, what was it? The Trumpets of Jericho. The song that's on Trumpets of Jericho.
Oh no, Chemical Wedding.
Chemical
And
Wedding.
Trumpets of
Okay,
Jericho's
right.
on that. Yeah,
That's the album I was thinking of.
Okay.
Super underrated because nobody talks about it except like hardcore metal fans.
Okay. Motley Crue.
I don't fucking care about Motley Crue at all.
Which one?
Overrated.
Think overrated?
Absolutely overrated. Yeah.
Did you ever listen to their first record?
I'm sure I have in general, but I mean, like, it didn't stick out in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just like, I like hair metal and shit. Like, I mean, like, it's fine. It's one of those things, like, I don't hold a grudge against hair metal, but at the same time, it's like Motley Crue. Like, I don't fucking care about you, Motley Crue.
Annihilator.
Annihilator, underrated. I would say, what is that album that they have? Alice in Hell.
Alice in Hell.
Yeah, Alice in Hell.
Yeah.
Super, because they're from Canada. So I think that it seems like anytime there's like a heavy metal band from Canada, it's like they just always get left out of the discussion because I guess they're just isolated up there.
Yeah.
And they're not like, I don't know, maybe like to be like a metal band, you had to be from California or in America or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Alice in Hell's a great album.
Okay.
Love it.
No More Tears as an album.
The album, No More Tears. Kind of standard rate. I like the song. I like the song No More Tears, but like when I think of that album, like no real songs other than No More Tears really come to mind.
Overkill, the album.
Overkill, the album?
By Motorhead.
Oh, okay. I thought I was thinking Overkill, the band.
No.
Okay, it's Motorhead, so I gotta just say perfectly rated.
Perfectly rated.
Yeah, perfectly rated. I mean, everybody knows the album's fucking awesome.
In Game by Megadeth.
In Game by Megadeth. This is the In Game. Love that album. Actually, that was kind of the
I think
album.
it's a bit underrated.
Like, I guess it would be underrated because that is kind of the album, like, whenever they first, like, their first return to form, I think, was because they had gone through some shit before that one. That was kind of their first one. Was it Head Crusher? Wasn't that one on? That was like, that is
This song's called Head Crusher.
Right, yeah, this song called Head Crusher. Like, that was when they really came back in full force. So I will say that's an underrated album.
British Steel by Priest.
Perfectly rated.
Overrated.
You think British Steel is overrated?
The more I keep listening...
I want to tattoo a British Steel on my face.
The more I listen to it, man, like, there's really good jams on that song. Like I said, Metal Gods is one of my favorite records, or one of my favorite
They usually
songs.
start out with Metal Gods, like on...
I mean, it's just, United, United, United we stand. You don't have to be old. Tell me wise. I mean,
if you can't take a little bit of cheese, then metal's not your thing.
If I can't take a little bit of cheese, I'd hate Metallica, I guess. Next one.
Those fighting words right there.
Next one. Tenacious D.
They're funny. I don't really have an opinion on Tenacious D.
No?
I mean, like, I think Jack Black is just... I think he's funnier, like, in movies. I mean, I care more about his movies than I do. What was that one movie he did, like, where it's, like, all about School of Rock?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I thought that movie was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like his records. I like, especially their first record, Tenacious D.
I think they're just okay. What is that one song that was on Guitar Hero? You Can't Kill the Metal?
Yeah.
Or what was it? Yeah.
Yeah, The Metal.
The Metal, right. Yeah, I like that song. And then there was, the first song I ever heard from them was The Greatest Song in the World Tribute.
Oh, Tribute, yeah.
Yeah, Tribute. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, this is not the greatest song in the world. We don't remember
This
what
is just a tribute.
Yeah, this is just a tribute because we forgot what the song was. I thought that was funny, but I mean, I guess I've never really taken them seriously.
Really?
To be honest, it's kind of just like Weird Al in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I like Weird Al, but I've never really taken him seriously. You know, he's just like, oh, he's funny. He's a cool guy out there, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't have any negative opinion of them. I'm just like, I listen to their shit, I laugh at it, and I move on.
Okay.
But, you know, it's not like I ever want to buy any of their t-shirts or anything.
I guess, okay.
Yeah.
I can do
Usually,
that.
if I buy your t-shirts, I love you.
Okay.
Yeah.
My last one is Season of the Abyss, the record.
Oh, by Slayer? Oh, man. Perfectly rated.
Yeah.
Everybody really, I mean, that's another one that a lot of people will bring up, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I have nothing negative to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great album.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That was just things that came to my mind.
Yeah. I'm surprised that I was able to answer them as fluently.
Yeah. Actually, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, but yeah, British Steel to me, that just a little overrated. Because I think that was when they were coming off their new wave British heavy metal, you know, stint. And
man, like half of that album is a greatest hits CD.
It is. It's a lot like Back in Black by AC/DC.
Yeah,
I can dig that. But it's just, you know, Living After Midnight, that's all good shit. And
I
then,
mean, it's no Painkiller now.
The Rage, like doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean, that's one that's kind of gets lost.
Doo-doo-doo.
Lost in time. Nobody cares about that song.
I mean, I dig that song. Just, you don't hear a lot of it, you know.
I kind of see, like, I get what you're saying. I respect that.
I don't think it's a bad album. I just think, like, that's not their best. It's a little overrated.
No, Painkiller's the best. Everyone knows that.
See, Screaming for Vengeance, you know. Well, no, I say Painkiller is their best and Screaming for Vengeance, and then Firepower, to be honest with you.
Firepower's awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it right now. Yep. Guys, this has been episode 57 of Metal4Metal. We really appreciate you guys joining us and continuing to watch us, and all the comments, likes, subscribes that you guys give us. We really, 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 really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Again, here's to you guys, our fans. Keep them coming, and we'll give you guys the best product that we can every single week. Stay tuned for a lot of great footage of our Iced Earth concert and our Sanctuary concert. Mm-hmm. And stay tuned next week for some badass new metal news. Thank you guys so much.